right. As we talked about this earlier, let's recap it one more time.
Just a decision. Okay, Mike McCarthy is coming back because, like you said, if Mike McCarthy is coming back, he's going to have to agree to terms to come back with the Cowboys. It's not like they just say, here's your contract, cool, sign it, and we're ready to roll. Like, if they offer him a one-year deal, would he come back to Dallas and do this all over again? I would never speak to Mike McCarthy, but it does sound like this year has been a lot, so that remains to be seen. So, yes, Dallas has to make a decision within the next 9 days on the status of Mike McCarthy, what they want to do. He has to be in agreement with that if he is going to come back. Otherwise, yeah, I would expect him to be a head coach candidate elsewhere, and I would expect him to draw interest elsewhere. What's also interesting, Mike, is Jerry Jones is pretty clear. This result doesn't really matter as it pertains to...
No doubt, no doubt. So the thing is with Mike McCarthy, you got 9 days. So after tomorrow, 8 days. It's the countdown for Mike McCarthy. Now, if you say this to yourself, if you Mike McCarthy, would you come back for the same contract or would you want more? And on top of that, why would you come here for 1 year and be under the stipulations of what Jerry Jones like to do, opposed to, ladies and gentlemen, going to another team being able to get a 3 to a 4 year contract? The contracts make sense if you go with the longer term because you want to have security. And one of the things that Mike McCarthy don't have, if he decide to come back, is trust and security in the wind of the fan base. The fan base is already divided with this. So I suggest Mike McCarthy's agent to say, hey, Jerry, at least let me see what's on the open market. And if things don't pan out, maybe I would consider a contract for a 1 year deal. Outside of that, that's his only angle. And if Mike McCarthy is any good, 12-5, 12-5, 12-5, of course, we've seen this season just abysmal of all what we did all of the previous years, 7-9 for right now. We'll see what we look like when we play against the Washington team. But ladies and gentlemen, what I would do here, ladies and gentlemen, is if you are Mike McCarthy, figure out a way to see what the open market is, to test on how much will these teams be willing to pay. I know $4.5 million, according to coaches around the league, is dog water, right? Especially with the kind of caliber of coach saying that, hey, I got Super Bowl on my resume. There are coaches that don't have Super Bowl on their resume that are getting paid more money. On top of that, we have to quantify the fact that with that $4.5 million, we don't even have an offensive coordinator on this roster. We got one acting as one out of Brian Schottenheimer, but he don't call the plays. So it's still Mike McCarthy. He calls the plays, and he's ultimately the offensive coordinator. Listen to the rest of this real quick.
As Mike McCarthy, so I would expect them to play some guys maybe we have not seen. One notable one, I'm told expect Trey Lance, their third string quarterback for most of the season, to get some real reps, to get significant reps in this game. Cooper Rush may still start. Trey Lance is expected to get some reps. And for Cowboys fans and Cowboys in general, there's a lot they can learn from this game, including what is Trey Lance actually like when he plays. Sounds like we may find out, Mike.
Well, most of us already know who Trey Lance is at this point. But I would say this, though. It would be beneficial to Trey and his team to be able to get out there, the silver and blue, to have an official all-game situation. Jerry Jones did say that basically he don't want to give out competitive details on who's going to start. Like, come on, bro. Whether it's Cooper Rush or Trey Lance, he said that earlier today, and it literally blew my mind, y'all. Talking about I don't want to give out competitive advantage to the opposing team by announcing that Trey Lance or Cooper Rush. Man, the Washington team is definitely not speaking on or thinking of Cooper Rush versus Trey Lance. They're just trying to get healthy out of this game. They got a seed in the postseason, so that's all they're worried about. But neither here nor there, we still as Cowboy Nation would like to see Trey Lance, give Trey Lance a chance. That's what it is right now. So we will see all in details of what Trey Lance can do. But this goes back to Mike McCarthy. Put MM in the chat if you would love to see Mike McCarthy here, or, ladies and gentlemen, put in MM in the chat if you really don't care about all of that. Post me your thoughts, post me your concerns down below. Let's see what we can do in the final game of the year And we have, after today, 8 more days until we know whether or not Mike McCarthy's fate of being here with the team. DC for life, not for short. You guys know what to do. Hit that like, share this content, let a friend or a neighbor know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. Salute. We out. Peace.